The first $100,000 is the hardest. In today's video, we will be giving you the unlocking financial milestones, why your first $100,000 is the toughest. Here's what we'll cover: financial discipline, investment strategies, and psychological factors. So get prepared, fellow trailblazers. This is Luxury Explored, the ultimate destination for those seeking the most refined luxuries in life, serving connoisseurs worldwide. Before delving further, ensure to like, subscribe, and join us for our regular, engaging, and informative videos. Charlie Munger, the esteemed billionaire investor and vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, shares the view held by many successful wealth builders. Acquiring the initial $100,000 proves to be the most challenging. This belief extends to reaching the first million as well. Once you surpass the $100,000 mark, subsequent milestones tend to arrive more swiftly. Progress accelerates. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. They follow in closer succession. Similarly, once you achieve the $1 million mark, the second million seems to materialize in a fraction of the time it took to reach the first. Crossing the $100,000 mark in wealth accumulation often feels like navigating through a particularly challenging phase. This initial stage demands significant financial discipline and persistence. The journey to this milestone involves the substantial commitment of personal contributions, making it seem like an uphill battle. The slower pace of growth can stem from several factors, including the time it takes to cultivate a habit of consistent saving and investing, as well as the challenges in generating substantial returns from smaller initial investments. However, once this pivotal threshold is crossed, the dynamics shift. With the accumulation of assets and the application of compounded returns, subsequent milestones tend to arrive more rapidly. Strategies to expedite this process often revolve around increasing personal savings, seeking additional income sources, and adopting shrewd investment practices. These strategies, when employed effectively, have the potential to accelerate wealth accumulation, enabling individuals to reach significant financial goals earlier than anticipated. Starting to invest can feel like a daunting hurdle for many. It often gets relegated to the background, considered a task for a distant tomorrow. How many people do you know who postpone investing, waiting until they have more money? It's akin to holding off on adding wood to a fire until it produces heat. Investing isn't about having excess money. It's about striving for more. Risk serves as another common excuse. Some see investing as too precarious, choosing avoidance instead. Yet, as with many pursuits, taking that initial step poses the greatest challenge, especially when the goal feels distant. Achieving the first $100,000 demands your personal financial commitment. The heavy lifting primarily relies on your contributions. Once your portfolio grows substantially, the magic of compound interest takes hold. Although the percentage returns might not dramatically increase, the dollar returns multiply significantly. For instance, a $5,000 investment earning a 10% return yields just $500 in a year, a seemingly small increment. Easily earning $500 through a few extra hours of work now and then might seem insignificant, but consider this: when a $100,000 investment earns a 10% return, that's $10,000, a significant stride toward replacing your salary. As it hits the $1 million mark, a 10% annual return translates to $100,000, a sum surpassing many job incomes. Witnessing this remarkable growth becomes exhilarating. People often remark that when their portfolio reaches $100,000, they genuinely sense the impact of their investments. Once the snowball effect kicks in, the growth rate accelerates. As your portfolio burgeons, the sense of progress becomes profoundly satisfying, spurring excitement that speeds up the process. In essence, this excitement drives you to seek ways to expedite your portfolio's growth. The substantial rewards motivate you to explore avenues to bolster your income, enabling larger contributions. This proactive approach fuels the cycle of growth and success. As your investments grow, the quest for better returns often becomes a focus. Instead of spending impulsively, say $100 on a meal, realizing the power of compound interest makes you more discerning about your purchases. You begin to understand the potential growth that $100 could yield if invested. This perspective shift makes it harder to part with money casually. Consider this. Spending $100 on a meal means it's gone forever. But if invested, it could generate returns. $10 in the first year, $11 in the next, and $12 in the following year. While $100 might not seem substantial, the habit of consistently saving and investing in various categories adds up significantly over time. With growing wealth comes increased flexibility and options. When you've saved $100,000, possibilities emerge that aren't feasible for someone living paycheck to paycheck. For instance, if an opportunity for a job with higher potential income arises but comes with irregular pay, having savings cushions the risk. You might currently earn $50,000 annually, but an opportunity paying $100,000 or more, albeit with commission-only income, becomes feasible with savings as a safety net. Similarly, if you've dreamt of starting a business but lacked the capital, having savings opens up that possibility. It's the accumulation of these opportunities and the ability to take calculated risks that further propel your journey toward wealth. Having savings empowers you to seize potentially lucrative opportunities. For instance, starting a new business might yield substantial returns, but without the initial capital, it remains an unrealized dream. Similarly, an incredible real estate deal might surface, offering a home significantly below market value, but it entails substantial risk. With savings, such risks become more manageable, offering the chance to capitalize on these opportunities. While it's not always advisable to cash out investments, having the option can be invaluable. For once-in-a-lifetime opportunities or unexpected needs, having a financial cushion ensures you're not constrained by limited funds. Having more money expands your ability to take calculated risks with investments. If you see potential in a stock or a friend's business venture, having extra funds allows for more speculative endeavors without risking financial ruin. Someone with limited savings lacks this flexibility. If you're still striving for the $100,000 milestone, there are ways to expedite the process. Since the bulk of these funds rely on your personal contributions, increasing the amount you save becomes pivotal. It's the most effective way to accelerate your journey toward this financial goal. Enhancing your regular savings involves increasing your income. Consider taking on a weekend job or working extra nights a week, channeling that additional cash directly into savings. Another option is launching a side business to generate extra income. Being mindful of unnecessary expenses is critical. Do you genuinely want to spend $100 on dining out? Or would you rather reserve that for special occasions and strengthen your savings? Remember, this meticulous budgeting is a temporary measure until you reach your goal. Avoiding substantial car payments for extravagant vehicles is vital. These expenses often impede progress, preventing individuals from even reaching the $100,000 milestone, let alone $1 million. As you become skilled in saving and investing, maintaining this practice becomes more intuitive. As your savings increase, you'll find it simpler to discover ways to earn extra money and direct it into savings. This shift in mindset and dedication to financial prudence will become second nature. Being intentional with your purchases and considering their necessity in relation to the potential benefit of bolstering your savings is crucial. As you progress, you'll become more at ease, navigating the risks inherent in the investment process, learning to leverage different market cycles. Charlie Munger suggests that once you reach the $100,000 mark, you can relax a bit. The journey toward the next million becomes smoother. largely due to a significant portion of your investments likely resulting from the power of compound interest, rather than solely depending on actively earned income. When feeling anxious about increasing your net worth, remember, it becomes easier, more enjoyable, and more rewarding with time and commitment. The initial steps may seem daunting, but as you gain momentum and witness the advantages of strategic financial decisions, the path becomes smoother and more fulfilling. That's a wrap for this video. Unlocking financial milestones. Why your first $100,000 is the toughest. If you learned something, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. This is Luxury Explored.